Coming to you sockless, hatless, and after huffing severe amounts of gasoline. As always, we have Sam Alexander, Lord of the Turnip People, Vince H., who is not okay, Dave Packard, who isn't hunting shit apparently, and smelling successfully fishy, I'm Mike Gonsalves. Tonight we're talking about suspicious fishing, the Colorado Draw, and Operation Shameless Bribery.
We talked about that last week.
Let's get it right out of the way. Vince, what's going on? Why are you not okay, man?
No, I talked about it
We
last
talked
week.
about it last week.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
You weren't here, fucker.
Well, then what'd I miss? I'm kidding.
No.
Moving
Shut the
on.
fuck up.
You son of a
Moving
bitch.
on.
My wife's gonna be so mad at you.
Yeah, she hates
Even
me
more
anyway.
mad than the last time.
Ew. She's good.
What do you do?
I'll give her
last
my
time?
address. She
Never
can-
mind. Never mind.
Don't move on.
Okay, fuck it.
We'll
We're
just add her
starting
to the
over.
list.
That's fair.
You're redoing that intro, motherfucker. We can't redo the stream, but we're redoing that intro. I just ended the recording.
All right.
Like,
Sorry,
fucking
Vince.
Hell, we're not doing that.
I did not know that you brought it up last week. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Shouldn't
Yeah,
shit
I
it.
killed the conversation last week, so you didn't have to.
Like
And
that is.
here
I
we
literally
are.
did not want to do that. I'm sorry, man.
All right. If you didn't want to do it, then don't fucking do it. 3, 2, 1, we're going.
Welcome back to another episode of Let's Go Hunt. Coming to you sockless, hatless, and after huffing severe amounts of gasoline. As always, we have Sam Alexander, Lord of the Turnip People, Vince H., who is not okay, Dave Packard, who isn't hunting shit apparently, and smelling successfully fishy, I'm Mike Gonsalves. Tonight we're talking about suspicious fishing, the Colorado Draw, and Operation Shameless Bribery.
So why are you using sardines for deodorant?
Hey, why did you not put the ul on drawl?
I tried. That was my
Oh, okay.
attempt.
It's because he's too much of a city boy. He's like the Colorado draw.
That's- That's probably true.
Y'all are technically Yankees, right?
Shh, I'm almost Oklahoma.
No, because Colorado wasn't a state.
That's true.
And if you're going to bitch about Kit Carson coming down there and kicking about 4 Confederates' asses, I'm going to tell you to suck it because Kit Carson was awesome. If it came down to a knife fight between Kit Carson and Robert E. Lee, I know where my money's going.
What about Kit Carson and David Bowie?
Hey, it's my family you're talking about.
David
David
Bowie or
Bowie?
Kit
Like
Carson?
No,
Like the-
Robert
like
E.
the-
Lee.
David Bowie, the freaking 1980s musician, like Kit Carson every time. man.
No. I'm related to Robert E. Lee.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember who the commander was who tried to invade Colorado from Texas.
I don't know, but we don't remember him.
I think it was Shepley.
There's no
Shipley.
greater
Shipley, I think.
insult than to be forgotten.
Oh, speaking of who,
It's
Mike.
not my fault. They're so easy.
Where were you last week?
I went somewhere.
You did some
The
things.
house.
Yeah, I went to. We went
Okay,
down
Forrest.
to Shreveport, Louisiana, to see my sister-in-law take command of a squadron down there. It was kind of a big deal. I've been through a lot of change of commands, and I've never seen one so heartfelt as that one from both the outgoing and incoming commander. I know her; she's going to do really, really well. I think it's a huge thing. It's really cool. We're really all super proud of her. It was fantastic to go down there and actually support her and see her husband, my brother, and their boy. Like, it was great, dude. It was a great trip. Made me want to go crawfishing though.
So
Did I
is
listen
it
to the
like
show?
roller derby or like?
Barksdale Air Force Base
Okay.
is down there.
That's-
She
that's
took
better.
command of the 2nd Ops Squadron, Ops Support Squadron.
What's her nickname on her plane? I can't remember.
Hazard.
Hazard. Checks out.
Yeah.
I mean, coming from her brother.
What? She has not. I have nothing to do with that nickname. They get their nicknames
disagree.
on their own.
And I can guarantee you, as cool as a nickname may sound, the story behind it is not actually cool.
Yeah, you don't get to pick your nickname.
No, and it's not picked because you did something cool. It's picked because you usually
She
did
probably
something
spilled the milk at lunch or something.
I know some of my brother's nickname stories, and yeah, they're pretty dumb. Some of them. Some are not bad, but
every year now for the good old crane hunt with all the Air Force fellas down in Texas. My brother has to retell the story of how I spilled, basically set a plate of 5 tacos across the restaurant. So, yeah.
nice.
Is
I
your
don't have a
nickname
nickname,
Taco?
but I wish.
I will.
She handed me the
I'll
plate.
try-
She handed me the plate of tacos, which I was really excited to eat. I was a plate on a plastic tray. I turned, and the plate slid off the tray into the ground.
Oof.
And then when I reordered the plate of tacos, they very pointedly brought it to the table this time for me instead of me picking it up the counter, which I thought was perfect. I'm going to do this next time just because it's great service.
I will point out that we did make it to and from through Texas both ways without getting harassed by any Texas state agent. So that was pretty nice.
You're still on that?
He's still on it. I knew this was going to come up. I knew it.
God.
It happens almost every time we go in Texas. Like, it wasn't just one time. I'm on it because it happens almost every time. Like, stop profiling Coloradans in Texas.
Or
They're not
stop right-
profiling Coloradans. They're profiling Chinese people coming over the border from Mexico.
Well, we're in Wichita Falls, so they need to be looking the other direction.
Yeah, well, don't drive through Texas. Problem solved. You can get to Louisiana without going through Texas, right?
Yeah, it takes longer.
A
mean,
few
I'd
weeks
rather
ago,
just get there.
Are you just going to accept this harassment because it's a shorter route? Like, come on, man.
No, I'm going to yell at him again like I did last time.
Go ahead, Vince.
a few weeks ago, whenever I went down to Waxahachie, I had to drive through Dallas, and it's actually kind of inspiring watching everybody do 80 miles an hour in a 55, and like no one cares. And that's when you realize, the Texas state troopers are actually profiling. They're not pulling you over if you look normal. They're pulling you over if you look like you're running drugs, which is consequently why I did not drive my truck, which looks like I'm up to no good, and then why I got stuck in a field. So,
That'll do it.
yeah. Anyway,
Dallas, Texas has that weird golf ball building, statue, monument thing.
that's Fort Worth.
Is it Fort Worth?
It's all the same.
I was about to say, all I know for Dallas is the airport, and it's called Dallas Fort Worth. So as far as I'm concerned, they're basically one big blob.
It is one big blob. Yes.
Oh, okay.
People around there will tell you, no, it's not different. No, it's one big giant mess.
They're Texans. They're not even real people. All I know is every piece of art has its cheap imitation, and even though the back of the order is backwards, that golf ball monument is a cheap imitation of the giant globe TV screen thing they have in Vegas now. Anyway, moving on.
That's called.
I'm not with
You're
Sam.
talking about
Please
shit
come
I
let
don't
me
care
hunt
about because
pigs.
it's in Dallas and Fort Worth, and both those cities suck. Which is why we went Paris.
Well, if we're on this track to
Oh, you went down
LA
82?
We went down 82 as far as you'd go over the Paris way, over to Texarkana, just avoiding Dallas entirely. And it took a little bit. Took a little bit longer, yeah, but and then on our way back, those fatal tornadoes that just killed 11 people, those hit 2 hours after we had passed. So that was
You drove 400 feet from my brother's house.
oh snap.
Yep.
Interesting.
I thought you were going to drive right by Vince's and not stop and say hi like a real fuck.
No, if we were going to go through Oklahoma, we would go by and stop and see Vince and not be real fucks.
It is about
I do enough real fucky things that I don't need to do that too.
He's gonna point at the no soliciting sign and shoo you away.
Sign says no trespassing.
No, it's gonna be one of those things where he drives to the Panhandle and goes, "Oh, Vince is in Oklahoma. Hey, Vince, where do you live in Oklahoma? I want to stop on by." Oh, you're on the other side of the state. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
my bad. Anywho,
Who would do that?
lots of people apparently.
Well, I know people do it to others that we know, just and in large states. Like, hey, I'm in Wichita Falls. You're telling somebody who lives in Houston, hey, I'm in Wichita Falls. Can you hang out? Well, yeah, sure. It's 14 hours away, but sure, let's hang out.
That's about right, actually. Oh, that's what I was gonna make a Smokey and the Bandit joke, but
Oh,
we're
Yeah,
past
Bad Texarkana.
Yep. What about Highway 82? That's the one they went down.
Yeah, we I remember going through Texarkana like, hey, where's that Coors factory at? All he had to do was leave a note and he bought a bunch of beer. Let's go do that.
Ghost of Burt Reynolds.
Oh, what a time to be alive.
Mm-hmm. So, what's a Colorado drawl besides mine and Dave's accents?
Accent.
Fuck you, Mike. So no.
What'd I
Colorado
say?
draw. The big game draw, primary draw, has been coming out for the last couple days, and it's still coming out. I think pronghorn comes out tomorrow, but thus far I have drawn shit, nothing. I haven't got my deer tag, haven't got elk tag, nothing. I got points on elk, or not elk, moose, bear, bighorn sheep, and mountain goat.
I don't think deer's come out yet. I haven't seen
It
shit for
has,
deer either.
because I didn't get shit. It came out this morning.
Oh, did
Because
it?
my daughter didn't draw shit either. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? A youth license didn't draw? But
Well,
They
guess not.
cut the tags everywhere.
I can very proudly report that I got everything I applied for, actually.
Which was
Points.
a small games license.
All points. I got the points.
All points.
I'm telling you, Dave, that's probably because every single person I have talked to, at least in my area, and that's been like 3 people about the hunting stuff. They've all said that, oh yeah, we're looking down by Springfield for deer tags. So I don't know if somehow word got out or something, or if it's
Sons of
just because
bitches.
everybody knows that the winter kill or the wintering up in northwest corner of the state was bad. But that's like, yeah, 3 people who I know applied that they're not tied to this podcast at all. We're not tied to the Firearms Radio Network at all. Like, they don't even listen to any of the shows. And they're all like, oh yeah, we're going to go down, south for deer tags. I'm thinking something's up. Part of the reason why
if you're down here,
because I was afraid this was going to happen.
if you're down here, hit me up. But I'm still gonna be pissed.
I highly doubt that's the case. Especially since they're only issuing 10 pronghorn licenses down there still. There's something else going on. It's not because
Dave
we're
killed all the
talking
deer.
about where we're going. Yeah, Dave must have killed all the deer.
Damn it, Dave.
I killed 2 last year.
Did you run them all over with a combine again?
No, I don't even run combine anymore.
Down, load 'em up and trucking.
Bucking.
That's what we need to do. It's going to be Smokey and the Bandit, but instead of going east with Coors, we are going to go east, kidnap a bunch of deer, and truck them back out here.
No, you just pick up a bunch of antelope at the Atlanta Zoo and you're trying to run them out to Colorado.
Man, I sure
Antelope
wish we
we
could
don't
get
have an
Nilgai
issue with.
invading our state. It sure would be a shame if someone trucked a bunch of Nilgai to our state.
You'd have to truck so damn many of them, though, because first of all, everyone who sees one's be like, "That's an invasive species." Like, it's going to last 2 minutes.
Just put it somewhere it'll last.
No,
longer than
everybody
2
that would
minutes.
see one down here would be like, "That's a weird looking cow," and they go try to fucking brand it.
That's true. They'd be checking its flakes to binocular. Is it branded? Nope,
Yeah.
ain't no brand. I see.
Right after they tried to ride it.
Yeah.
Nice. But No, if you got tags in Colorado, shoot us an email so we can give you really bad advice and/or come along on your hunting trip and ruin it.
Yeah.
That's
put in for-
kidding. We won't ruin it, but I may talk it in opportune times.
If you draw Colorado 137, 138, 143, 144, shoot me a message on our Facebook. Let's Go Hunt Podcast. I'll give you some waypoints.
I saw one guy on Reddit. He posted on the hunting subreddit that he's one of the people who drew a Shiro's moose tag. And was looking for advice. I was like, ooh, I wonder if it was one of these guys. Apparently not.
Nice. I won't.
By these guys,
Yeah,
I
no.
mean you.
No. I don't have near enough moose points to even think about drawing a fucking moose tag.
I'm going to have to be so old, decrepit, and apparently wealthy before I ever hunt moose in Colorado, because by the time I have enough points, I'm not going to be a resident anymore. Which means, with inflation, it's probably going to cost about $12,000.
No, thank you.
So,
Jesus
anyway,
Christ.
what's this about stinky fish?
I got a fish.
On purpose?
Yeah, on purpose.
Costco?
Singular?
No,
fish?
not at Costco, you dickhead.
You went to the I know what you did. You went to the Asian market off of Platte, bought a fish, took it out to the lake, put it on the hook, went, look, guys, I got a fish. Because they even sell them live there. I know exactly what you did. I just figured it out. I'm going to
All
take
right, so-
that picture down from Instagram because you are shaming us.
So you think that's what I
pescado?
did, and if you think that's what I did, you're basically not correct at all. What I actually did was I went fishing and caught a fish on purpose somehow.
You didn't do it somehow. You did it with a plan in mind that worked. Actually, a very good plan in mind that worked if you use the bottom jig.
Actually, yeah, I did use a bottom jig. So we went up to not Victor Reservoir. It's not what it's Skagway Reservoir up by Victor, I believe.
I love the name of that way. Skagway. It's almost like Skankway.
I've always loved that name Skagway because there's an old, if you remember the Oregon Trail, there was a newer game called the Alaskan Trail where you go up and you went gold panning and like trying to stake your claim and whatnot. And Skagway, Alaska is one of the places that you started out as, or you started out off your trek into Alaska. Anyway, So we go to Skagway Reservoir and yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm kind of following what my buddy Brian's doing. And he threw in a bottom jig and that was doing nothing. He threw in a top jig and that kept getting blown away. So like the wind really picked up. So we weighted our lines and just set up bottom jigs. And I literally caught it with power bait.
You say that like it's surprising, but you have to remember if those fish are stocked, power bait is what they grew up eating. And if they're naturally born in the stream, they may just see that bright yellow shit and get pissed off at it and try and bite it just out of pure aggression. Like power bait works. Like it's frowned upon by, the highfalutin, fishy men, but power bait works.
That's not why I'm saying I'm surprised I caught it with power bait. I'm not saying it with the looking down on it, swooshy. It's more because I have heard that all the fish around here are so used to seeing power bait and they're tired of getting hooked that they stop chomping at it. And it's fish that aren't used to it that will eat power bait, and maybe the fish up at Victor haven't seen much of it. But in any case, I tried a bunch of different stuff. Like Brian got bites with worms. I put on these little neon yellow worms that are like best ever. Of course, it's a gimmicky piece of shit, but I got bites on that.
Best ever.
Of course.
Every
Even
single
power
time
bait says best ever.
For once, I'd like one fishing bait of some kind, just as the bottle to say it's okay. At least be honest.
It's good.
I caught a fish with it.
Oh,
I didn't
fish
catch many,
so big, it bite you a long time.
All right, that's the bait I want to buy in the Asian fish market. Actually, Asian fish market's a great place to buy bait.
That's just a little old lady you gotta throw in the lake.
Wait, no, she lives in my truck.
No, depends. Like, is she dead? Yeah, I think the ones at the fish market were Korean. Anyway,
So yeah, not only did I catch one fish, I caught two fish.
Did you eat
the
it?
second? I ate the
Oh.
first fish.
Okay, good.
Dos
Okay,
pescado.
so dos pescado uno momento. So the first fish I ate, but yes, it was a little bit small, and I kind of fucked it up on the. I cooked it in the cast iron in some oil and just flipped it. And when it was done, I tried to skin the.
Peel the skin back.
I take that back. No, I de-ribbed it before I cooked it, and
How
I was
drunk
trying to
were
take
you?
the. I don't drink anymore,
These,
dude.
these details seem kind of fuzzy.
This was my first time, and we were in a rush because we were packing for Shreveport and whatnot. So I was just trying to get it done, so I wasn't freezing another fish, just so that I could report back and actually say yes, I ate the thing. This much I'll say.
You didn't go Gollum style, just
Oh God. Nom nom nom.
Like
Break it in
little-
half
a
and
little Rocky
flip
Mountain
it.
sushi. Ooh, Rocky Mountain Sushi. There's a show title. I'm gonna write that one
It
down. We've had a dearth of show titles.
So, yeah, I was using the sharpest, thinnest knife I had to try to cut the rib cage away from the meat, and I jacked that up on one side so there wasn't enough meat to actually cook and eat. But I got the pin bones out of the other side, and I was able to eat the other side, and it was phenomenal.
Okay, first of all, we need to go back. What the hell did you catch?
A rainbow trout.
Okay, I could tell
About-
that from the picture, but I noticed we didn't actually mention what you caught
Yeah,
and then size.
The
wise.
picture was me holding it up, and it was like white side forward, and like only a fish
Just
connoisseur
belly.
was
You can still tell
Yes, white belly.
dimensions
Um,
now.
So the second fish that I caught, it was all white and had a black back. I have no idea what it was, and it was about 6 inches long. 8 inches maybe. I don't know.
Did you keep it?
No, I threw it back.
Okay, good.
I didn't know what it was, so I wasn't gonna eat it. And
It was
also, the first
definitely
one,
8 inches.
the first, absolutely 100% 8 inches.
I was more imagining that you're like, oh look, I caught a fish and I kept it, and then I'm waiting for a email from Jeff going, so that was an endangered species, and you're in trouble.
Do we have
Yeah,
any
most likely.
endangered fish in Colorado?
If we did, he'd be the one to catch it and keep it.
I don't.
Because you'd be
I
like,
don't know if
woo,
we do or not.
it's just... Mike could be out here. All right, so you get one free fish no matter how many fish you're fishing for.
Listen here.
Like the whole one free duck
Yeah,
fiasco.
we all caught it. Listen here.
There wasn't enough laughter, so I had to keep pressing it because that's what I do. You will find me funny, damn it.
I just found you. No one ever said funny was part of the deal.
Was I lying on the floor?
It's getting way too erotic.
Oh, it can get more erotic.
Oh,
Moving
if you
on.
think that's bad,
So
wait till
lost
I start
without
talking about chaos.
It's so perfect, Vince.
No, it was right. Leaving for so long.
So my suggestion on trying to debone the fish is, yeah, you shouldn't have done that in a hurry because it never works out. That's a time, unless you've done it a shit ton of times, that is a take your time process.
Well, it's a
gotta
thing I
take
had to
your
learn, so it's all
time.
right to learn on and fuck up and learn for the next time anyway.
Oh,
so
it's fine.
whatever.
It's just, yeah, when you're talking about being in a hurry and then trying to, bone out the fish, it's like, yeah, that didn't end well.
I did
it never
try a
does
piece
for
of
me.
like fish sushi. It was pretty good too. Like
Beep.
trout sushi.
You disgusting human being. You would do that. You weeb. He's like, oh man, if only I had some rice and some seaweed.
It wouldn't be bad at all.
See? Next show
Maybe
title.
some
Rocky Mountain.
sesame oil.
We're gonna have Rocky Mountain sushi, then Rocky Mountain weeb.
Mike, you got to change your name right now.
Dude, yes, you're right. I do. How
That
do I
should
do
be
that?
Nope.
Yeah.
We'll worry about it later. But no, that what how long was the fish? The first one, the rainbow.
Yeah, I look in the picture.
Definitely 8
Measure my
inches.
head. Yeah, definitely 8 inches.
And a half.
No, we don't want to get too greedy.
No, it was
7.5 if we're humble.
it was big enough to get meat off of, and I would have it had a solid a solid one-person fish meal, 2 people if we were camping
Okay.
and
That's a
starving.
good size then. Like if it's a solid like one person fish meal, that's a good size then. It's
Yeah,
not
and
one of those
I'm-
ones you pull out and you're like, oh crap, I needed about 3 of those.
Right,
It's a solid size for
I
Mike.
would have needed 3 of the black and white ones.
It's like my daughter's first.
Yes, and that's
bluegill.
what I was going to say, Dave. A solid size for me. Like, I was about to point out that like modern American meals are like twice as much food as we're supposed to eat. So
That
Yeah.
is also a show title.
what?
Modern American.
All
meals.
of that?
Yeah, Rocky.
No, just a solid size for Mike.
I thought that was going down the meal because I was going to say like something about traditional American meals, Rocky Mountain sushi or something. Anyway, it was funnier in my head. No, nice fish.
Thank you.
Now you have to go
It's
catch
fishy.
more.
These good
I do.
fishes.
I am excited to start camping and fishing, and it actually makes me.
We were
wanna look
talking
at
about small
weather and
fish,
stuff.
and it reminded me of the first couple of bluegills my daughter caught. Where I was like, "Well, this is the first fish you've ever caught, so you have to eat it." And it was like the tiniest little palm-sized bluegills. Trying to cook those without overcooking them, and being all right. Let's get the bones out. Like, oh well, here's your one little nibble. There you go.
You
Bruh.
ate it. Now throw it.
Here's
The
nibble
first
off the other
fish
side. There you
my
go.
son caught was literally like this long. It was the tiniest sun perch. Like, I think I might just dehydrate this and have him dip it in ranch. Like, no, we threw it back.
Just tell them to open up. There you go. Boop.
Crunch, crunch. Yeah,
I have a. On that note, Vince, I have a question for you.
no.
Would there be legitimate fish bait that I could get at the Asian fish market that might work really well?
Mm. Why would I know that?
Just start buying anything that's out of the belly of raw.
Because you know more than me.
What makes you think I have frequent Asian fish markets?
All
Just
right,
because I do
that's-
the voice.
Nice.
Oh, fucking
Y'all all
Mike.
cracked.
Oh boy.
There's a Mikeism right there.
I have too
So
many
while
of
we're on the
those.
topic of fish, in actual topics, this coming Sunday, as long as the weather does not screw us over for a third time, we should be going on a striper or catfish fishing expedition
Nice.
down at the big old lake. But we'll see if
Texoma.
the in Texoma down there. We'll see if that weather kind of busted up for us again, but we might get it done this time around.
How many P's are in striper fish when you spell it?
7.
One.
Yeah, the joke is if you punch in it with 2 fish, you get a lot different Google results.
Oh,
If it's
yeah,
2 P's.
Oh,
Eh,
Vince, my the other road boss out of my barn went to Texoma to go striper fishing, and they came back loaded. So they're biting.
That's good to know. Last time I went was actually a little over 10 years ago, and the lake was at like record low volume, and they were not
Ooh.
biting at all.
Really?
Though a family we're close with, apparently, so dad took his son on a striper fishing expedition down there, and it was so bad that the guide's like, yeah, this was bad. Y'all come back again, and we'll do this again. And so he took his daughters, and they absolutely tore it up. And his son was so mad because he didn't get to go that time. He's like, "That's my fish. You have my fish." But yeah, I'm hoping it works out pretty well, and the boy enjoys it. So
samesies.
Yep, that'll be
They
good.
calm that Texas weather down.
I'm
that'd be
hoping we
nice.
just, even if there's a chance of storms that morning, I hope we just full send and do it. I was willing to do
Yeah.
that with this last time, but it was like 100% chance of storms, and they were the It was actually that round of storms that leveled a bunch of buildings in Sulphur, Oklahoma. It was that like night
Oh.
and into that morning.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The rain
So-
wouldn't be so bad. The hail on a lake, though.
I assume that it's well, storms on a lake in general that size are just deadly, but
Yeah.
yeah, rain's fine. The rest of it's no. But we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't get called off again.
No, fingers crossed. Well, this weekend you've got that coming up. I am leaving on Saturday with my. She's older than 4.5 now, I guess, but we'll call her 4.5-year-old daughter, and we are going on the grand expedition to the Great White North, Yellowstone.
Nice.
There's lots of Europeans there. It's actually kind of weird.
Are you going to take your pick 'em up truck?
Yes, I'm going to take my pick 'em up truck.
By
with all
God.
my-
You gonna sleep in the back of it?
Oh, duh. I'm not packing a tent this time. I might pack a tent along just in case somehow the topper gets a giant hole in the top of it.
I'm not packing a tent. Immediately packs tent.
Yeah, you know, gotta be safe. Better safe than sorry.
You got to have a plan B.
And a plan C and D and E and F, G,
Mhm.
H, I. J's overkill.
Fuck elemental P.
Yeah, screw them. No,
Is
we're gonna
H,
stay over.
plan H, plan hotel?
Yes.
No, it's preparation
Yeah,
H.
Plan H hotel. We're gonna not Yellowstone though. Good grief! Aside from the fact that they're all booked out at the moment they open 6 months, that hotel. I mean, camping there is not cheap.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a lot cheaper than anything resembling a hotel there.
What
I
are we
don't know
talking
how
a
much
night?
that-
I
Like,
did see that.
What, Vince?
what are we talking a night for like a hotel room?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but let's just go.
Less than 1,000 or more?
I mean, I think it's less, but it's too
Okay.
much for my blood. But I also think it entirely depends because there's lots of little lodges and hotels around there and so on and so forth. And you can go everywhere. You can go anything from super cheap to, little luxury cabins. I want to know how much, I think it was last year or the year before. I want to know how much the lady spent on like the cabin that she stayed in. And then I think it was like her and her daughter went for a walk and she was one of the people, gored by a bison. In that case, though, I don't.
Was
think
she trying to pet the fluffy cow,
No.
or did
If I
this one
remember-
actually just attack her?
If I remember the story right, I don't think there was any human provocation on that one. I think the bison just decided that I don't like you. You're in my way.
Fuck her.
Lady takes a walk, bison, and I took offense to that.
She wore her extra long red silk belt that day, so it was blowing in the wind. Toro.
We're gonna go up there. We're gonna stay over in Yellowstone is in Wyoming, but it almost feels like a separate little thing on its own. We're gonna stay up in Pinedale, so Wyoming, one night, and then 2 nights there in Yellowstone, and then back down through Pinedale one night, and then up by Blue River up here in Colorado. I might do a little bit of fishing, but we'll see. It's gonna be like fishing, but wrangling a 4-year-old at the same time, which is not difficult, but.
I mean, if you put a fishing
She's
pole
at
in her
that age
hands,
now.
she'll be entertained for all of 10, 20 seconds, and then
If
she'll
I
be
put a
bored.
fishing pole in her hands, I spend the next 15 minutes untangling it right now. Because she's got her cast down a little bit, but she's still just whip it
If
back and into the trees. And all right, stop. And then, all right. Remember, forward. Okay. When we go for good for a little bit. And then 10 minutes later, it's around 3 rocks and a tree branch. Like, oh, dang it.
If you really want to just occupy her, kids that age, like get one of those small shovels.
Oh, I
Yeah.
bought her an e-tool.
Yeah, give
I
her
bought
that.
an e-tool.
Just let her have at like whatever. Find her some mud.
That's what we're gonna do. I
great.
will probably fly fit because we're staying in Madison River Campground, which is right on the Madison River up there. But I'll probably fish there just so that I can say, "Oh, look, I went fishing in Yellowstone with my fly rod." If I do any actual fishing, it'll be here in Colorado. because I can at least catch what I keep or keep what I catch. Here, Yellowstone, they don't let you do that. They want you to put the poor fish back. Cruelty.
So you want to stab him through the mouth a bunch of times? Like the
No, I
trout
don't.
I caught
I
had a
want
hook in
to
its gullet, and I was like, ugh.
I want to stab them in the mouth one time and then beat them over the head with a stick a few times and eat them. I do
like
not
blooding
want
them.
to catch and release the fish. I want to keep what I catch, unless it's, some tiny little guy. We'll let him go and eat him later. But no, in the preparation for that, I was talking last week about bringing an asinine amount of gasoline with me to assuage my paranoia, and I got the jerry cans in, the Vever ones. Initial impressions were good. They're not recessed welded seams like NATO cans. They're a little bit thinner metal, but they are vented, which is good, and the inside is lined and coated, and they're galvanized, so they shouldn't rust. And all right, you know what I found today while working on my surplus can that I can't get a gasket for right now. Oh yeah, rust on the brand new can, right on the weld where the spout is. So,
Quote
the-
unquote brand new can.
No, it's brand new. It's Chinesium though, and so the weld itself is rusting.
Rattle can.
I scraped it and just sprayed over the top of it, but it just pisses me off because it's brand new.
Flex
It's
seal.
rust. It's like, I mean, sure, why not? Shouldn't have to though. That's my issue with it. Like,
Is that
granted,
Plan F?
they were definitely cheaper cans, but it just kind of pisses me off. So then I thought, all right, I should have just gone with the Polish ones and not betrayed my ethnic peoples. And so I thought, okay, the Gelg is the company name, GELG. And then it turns out they only have one U.S. supplier who charges $10 over the recommended MSRP, as well as $45 in shipping. So like, okay, well, screw you. At that point, I might as well buy the Wavian ones, which are the expensive nice cans, like basically a direct copy of NATO cans. It's like, son of a bitch. But
I'm sitting
How are
over
you
here
gonna
with
strap the?
a red gas can.
plastique,
Yeah.
good old spill-proof nozzle that causes you to spill more gas than you have in your entire life.
Not anymore.
The EPA and their spill-proof nonsense.
So I needed to cycle out gas from one of my cans, and so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna put it in the truck. I spent about 10 minutes, well, not 10 minutes, it felt like 10 minutes screwing around that stupid spill-proof spout, then just threw it across the yard and used a funnel to pour the gas from the plastic can into the jerry can, and then from the jerry can into the truck. And it was
Do
fast.
y'all live in a state where you can get better nozzles for gas cans?
No.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, we do.
you can always get better nozzles.
Well, some states they don't let
They sell 'em.
retailers sell the nozzles. At
It's
least that's
legit
what I
a fuel
recall.
can repair kit.
Gotcha.
The easy pour that has like the actual old school just nozzle on it that you stick it down in the hole and you pour.
Well, that is the nice thing about these two cans I'm lamenting about is they both come with NATO style nozzles, which is just a metal accordion nozzle, and you clamp it on the can, and if you tip it over, gas comes out. It's so much nicer than those stupid safety cans. But
Nice.
now, my advice, if you are Sam's pro tip advice at the end of the day, is if you're shopping for metal jerry cans because you're like me and you like that shit, just wait on Facebook Marketplace. Because what do I do as soon as I go on Facebook Marketplace? I see a Wavian for like $30, and then another couple of Wavians for like $40 each, and it's like, son of a bitch. Because those Wavian cans are normally like $90 a piece. But anyway,
So
That's
I
life.
like to poke around on Marketplace for cheap ammo cans.
I'm going to have the most dangerous rear bumper in all of Wyoming next week, and it's going to be fantastic.
I hope you're going to have basically a Pinto.
Except for it's outside the vehicle, so we'll be okay. And it's 8 foot back that way.
Do you have to relocate the license plate? Okay.
I will check in on that. You know, here's the thing. I really don't think anybody in Wyoming is going to try to pull me over and give me a ticket on an expired Colorado temp tag.
Okay.
Which, if you're like, oh man, his temp tag's expired, why doesn't he fix that? Bitch, our freaking DMV sucks so bad, everybody has expired temp tags. Like, I see expired temp tags around here from February of last year.
I remember last year, right around September timeframe, Colorado was like, all right, we're cracking down on this nonsense. And people were like, oh, yeah, right. And I started looking around and I was like, nah, it's time. Because there were still ones from like 2020, 2021 cruising around, like a plethora of them. Just not one or two, but everybody was just riding dirty. And the state was like, all right, we're done. But at the same time, our DMV does suck so bad that, all right, they took care of the people that were 7 years out of date, but still struggle with new cars.
Yeah. Anyway, we don't need to talk about that.
Your
shit, but
DMV
no,
sucks so
that's
bad.
Let's go DMV.
That's the update on the jerry cans. I got the ones in. They're probably still serviceable grade, but they kind of pissed me off because I had a rust on it already. So anyway, that's all.
That's irritating when someone claims things are rust free and
Those are meant
They
to go
show
on an overlander rig,
They'll what?
so you can drive it to.
So they can never have gas in them.
Right.
yeah. So you can drive it to Walmart with your tent on top, go
Mhm.
camping once a year.
Drive it around to different parking lots.
So I don't think most of those overlanding rigs even go out camping. I'm pretty sure they just drive around.
I wonder, every single one I see, I wonder, do you actually take that camping? And where? Because I want to go.
Yeah, but I don't think a lot of them do.
Yeah, that's my point. Is like the Colorado Toyota page, one of the ones I'm on, they were talking about a camp up at Whistler Lake. I think towards the end of the summer, and so that, including all Toyotas, anybody that wants to go, that sounds like fun. So I'm probably going to get in on that. Whistler Lake's not too far from here, so
No, it's not. All right,
that'll be fun.
moving on.
Anywho,
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
are we
Wait, is that all
really?
we got?
Are we, Dave, did
I
you
don't
talk
know.
about your new puppy?
I did last week.
If you were around,
Oh.
Mike, you'd know these things.
Yeah, I'm sorry I was not around and had to go on a road trip. My
I can
bad.
talk about my controlled hunts for a second.
Go.
Yeah, I put in for the controlled hunts here in Oklahoma. It's a little bit different than Colorado. It's not putting in for entire zones. It's putting in for smaller plots of land. And by smaller, between 1,000 to 10,000 acres or more, depending on what plot of land it is. But I went ahead and I put in for all the stuff, and I did this like back in April, so it's been a little bit. So hold on, I gotta kind of look at my notes. Okay, yeah, the biggest thing I noticed about it, I put in for points for antelope, one turkey hunt because it's what was close, and I put in for deer, but the elk is what interested me because the Wichita Mountains in southwest Oklahoma is actually the biggest population of elk in the state. But I noticed all of their controlled hunt dates for the Wichita Mountains start in December. So it's like every weekend there's a different controlled hunt, and you put in for like your preferred weekends, and you have like 3 options, and you can buy more options if you want. But normally they have options in September, October, and November. But this year they didn't, and they started in December and ran almost to March, I think.
Mhm.
So like the 3 dates I put in for were all in January and February of next year.
Jesus.
And I'm just wondering if the bad couple of winters we've had in 21 and 22 affected their overall population. So they're trying to not reduce the number of tags awarded, but reduce the number of animals harvested during the hunt by avoiding the peak season, so to speak.
Possible.
Am I laggy or am I good?
But I think you're good. Say something.
Okay. Is it either sex or is it bull or cow or?
That's another thing they changed. In previous years, I'm almost certain it was cow or bull, and you picked one. And the cow draw, you could draw cow pretty easily, and it's bull that takes like 20, 25 years. This time,
Jesus.
it's cow, or the other tag is in either sex. So that makes me think that the bull population is low this time around. And it may be low for a long time. I sent an email to the Oklahoma Department of Wildlife, and I should have worded it better. They just kind of pointed out, like, yeah, we do. We have 4 dates in December of that year. Like, I didn't get around to it, but I was going to email the lead biologist in the Southwest region directly, but I got caught up doing other things. So, yeah.
I didn't get any email.
Hope you draw
sorry.
it.
Sorry, Vincent.
I mean, I kind of hope
Thanks,
that I
maybe.
don't, because I'm getting the feeling that this is not the year you want to draw it.
Yeah.
That elk tag. And I bought the point guard, so even if I do draw it, I might just go, oh no, I can't make it, because then I can put back in for the draw next year, and I still have all my preference points. If you don't buy the point guard and you can't make it, then that's your once in a lifetime, and you're done. But
Dave, don't we have
Oh.
the where if you get awarded it but you turn it back in before the hunt actually starts, you can get your points back?
You surrender your license.
Yeah, you surrender it
Yeah,
back and
yeah. It's not point guard and it's free, but you can turn your tag back in and get your points back. So,
that's interesting. They make you pay for it.
it's $5.
well, with
extra,
the
I
once in a lifetime tag, I could kind of see where you would
Yeah.
want to pay that extra $5 to get the point guard.
Yeah. My neighbor over here, he was telling me that he finally drew that elk tag, but it was right after he had heart surgery. And the tag is, it's one of the ones they tell you, like, this is a walk-in only hunt, expect harsh conditions with a lot of physical activity, and if you're not in good physical shape, then just don't. Please do not. We don't want to have to come and get you. So he went ahead and called him and told him he wasn't going to be able to make it, but I don't think he got any kind of leniency from them because of his health conditions. I think he kind of just, that was his one shot to go and get one, and he didn't make it. So
Yeah, it sucks.
Fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I should know more about my. They haven't done the draw yet. It'll be June before I know any kind of draw results.
I was just looking on CPW, and I didn't get an email, but I did see that no, I didn't get my deer tag either. I didn't even get a 103 tag.
Ha!
But that was my third choice, so.
Gotcha.
Oh, well, there you go then.
And the one for January should still be open, so that
Oh
should
no,
be
well,
left.
because now every single person in the state of Colorado is gonna be looking at that January tag, going,
Can you stop cursing every tag we try to get in this state?
"No, that's my job."
Hey, Mountain Weeb, do you have a motion activated light behind you?
No, my wife probably just wired it into the house improperly, so we're all gonna die.
Oh man, I hope your house catches on fire while it's live. You'll save prosperity, but it's gonna get more views that way. Okay, stop thinking about your personal safety here. Think about the show.
Take one for the team.
It'll create some drama.
Dude, the what's the term the children use? Go viral?
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll go viral.
we'll go viral.
It'll go
Wait.
viral.
What them there big kids say?
Gentle and Fang says wire pop.
Is that like desk pop?
Yeah, but it's a wire popping in the background instead.
Nice.
Like we can't show a gun, but I'm gonna touch these two wires together on the live stream, and we're gonna see what happens.
Oh, look, they're glowing orange.
Wow, they're getting really hot, guys. I don't think I can hold on to them. Ah!
That reminds me of trying to start every lawnmower I had as a kid.
That reminds me of starting my dad's work van. We jumped the master cylinder with a 14 gauge wire. It was great.
Like if you hold them together too long, they start sticking together, and you got to pull it back off.
They do. He'd pop the hood and he'd go turn it on, and you go up there and you, all right, wire here, and then if you hold it for too long, you got to yoink it back off. Yeah, because it starts welding itself to the to the solenoid. It was
Holy
great.
crap.
That van was so jury rigged to work. It was fantastic. All right, so I have a question for you. So last year when we were going through Yellowstone, there was a big ass bull bison just loping and walking its ass slowly. Loping is too fast. It was just plodding along the road here. Thankfully, going the same way I was going, so I didn't have to be stuck behind it for an hour. How fast do you think the park rangers would be on your ass if you hung? We're gonna role play here with my 51 Navy. If we hung that out the window and went bang.
Like,
Into the bison.
are anywhere into the bison or in his
Well, first of all, how many 38 caliber lead balls do you think it'll take to kill a full adult male bison?
You want to know what I think? I think unless you get a perfect shot and shoot it in the brain pan, I don't think you can kill it with that.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to reach the heart. And if you put a hole in the lung like this big in a bison, like it's going to be like, oh, man, it's like that's like 3 cigarettes worth of lung damage.
What if you went the opposite route and instead of going for like the hard part, chest cavity that's protected by the armor, you go for a little bit easier shot and try to get it in the pelvic girdle, as is the term. Do you think it would penetrate into the pelvic girdle?
So we Texas heart shot the buffalo.
Yeah.
Got
Texas
it.
Heart shot.
I don't think.
I don't
hate
think
to,
that 38 caliber
shit all
ball
over
has
what you're
enough.
talking about. Like
I don't
you're
think
talking about
30
an 87 grain ball. Like it's tiny and it's going 750 feet per second.
Trust me, I know it is. That was part of the fun.
It's ridiculous.
I wasn't picking an effective implement here.
Might as
What
well
if you
just step out and go yeehaw and fan the hammer and just unload into it and watch it not care.
Okay, I like this idea more. All right, so we do
You
that.
might-
How quickly do you think Yellowstone Park Rangers can react? 1, and then 2, will the Europeans attempt to intervene?
So I don't think they'll have to. I don't think the park rangers will have to react, and I don't think the Europeans will intervene, because I think that if you shoot a bison with a caliber or a bullet of that size going that fast, all you're going to do is turn yourself into goo on the road.
Nonsense.
And the park rangers.
I'm in a bigger truck than the bison, and I can outrun that thing. No big deal. We're doing
As you're driving by, you
This
shoot
is
it
a
in the
drive-by.
balls, and it just immediately snap kicks the truck, topples it over.
Oh, come on. These things aren't that strong.
Yeah, he's not in a Prado.
Yeah. I'm not that
All right,
top
that's
heavy.
fair. I'll give him that. Oh, you are top heavy.
It's like a video game scenario. It's Escape from Yellowstone. Instead of Escape from New York, it's Escape from Yellowstone.
Yeah, that'd be your starter pistol. You got to upgrade that thing quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Rangers have shotguns, but a lot of them just have rubber bullets in them, and the bird bomb things for deterrence on grizzlies. But Man, if life had save and load features, this could be interesting because, like, do you escape on foot? And do you get mauled by a grizzly bear on the way out? Do we got to go back to the next checkpoint? I mean,
It's a choose your own adventure, but you get to retry.
yeah.
That'd be really cool.
You need to find that truck that has all of the bumper stickers that are like, wounded warrior and all that crap, because there's a free gun in that truck.
At least one. Those are your loot boxes.
7 if you can find them.
And there's a rifle in the truck that has the one bumper sticker that says, Beef Growers of America or whatever it is.
And if
Choose wisely.
If you see a guy wearing a U.S. Grunt Gear T-shirt and a beard and sunglasses, he's carrying probably appendix. So,
And it's most likely a Glock 42.
When you kick him in the dick, make sure you get enough under it so that you don't accidentally hit the pistol first.
Hey, if it's a SIG, you might be able to,
Ooh. Well,
two
that's a
birds
risk.
with one stone.
That's a
If
risk,
it's a
though,
SIG,
because it might
it's
go off and hit your foot at the same time.
If he's appendix carrying a SIG, it's a SIG 238. Because he's a
Okay, you're
weenie
probably
and he's
right.
carrying a 380, is my point.
My sister-in-law has one of those. I hate it.
Did you ever see the video of that idiot in Alaska trying to defend herself from a bull moose with a 380?
Oh, yeah.
Did we talk about that? Because that
No,
was funny.
that was ages ago. But
That
I
came
do know
up
what you're
in
talking about.
that came up in conversation in Louisiana with my sister-in-law's family, her extended family. We were talking about, like, she had some family down from Jersey, and they were talking about going hiking and whatnot, and how they wouldn't want to run into a moose. And I was like, "Have you ever seen that video of the lady who defends herself from a moose with a 380?" And they go,
Isn't this the
"No,
one?
a
Isn't this the
380?
one-
That doesn't sound like it went well." And I was like, "It did not."
Isn't this the one too where the bull moose was just
It was, yeah,
trampling and butchering her
yes,
stray dogs?
yes, that is the one. You're right, and that's why it didn't kill her. It was too busy killing her dogs.
Yeah.
That's right, and it was a 238 that she had carried into the wilderness. It's all coming back to me now.
Oh,
What
those
a-
poor dogs.
I'm sorry those dogs had to die because she was a fucking moron.
Well, I mean, moose happens, but the 380 should not be your. I'm
Well-
going to take this into the woods, and when I see that moose, I'm going to shoot it in the eyeball.
I say
mean-
that with more judgment than just she brought a 380 into the, like, that whole video. If it's the one I remember, like, she come around the corner with her sled team and the moose is just standing there, and instead of, like, giving the moose his space because he's a moose and he outweighs you and your dog team by 7 times, no, she keeps approaching and getting the dogs closer and closer and closer, and eventually it aggravates the moose, and he's like, "All right, fuck your dogs," and he starts attacking them. So she pulls her pistol and shoots at the moose, and the moose is like, "Ow, stop it. That's completely ineffective. Leave me alone," and then keeps killing her dogs.
I mean, if you have a sleigh, there's no reason why you shouldn't have a rifle in it.
There's no reason you shouldn't have 4 rifles in it.
I mean,
In fact,
a 22 for getting food and a big bore rifle for problems, and
As a matter of fact, there's no reason you shouldn't have a pintle mount on that thing. And just put like put a saw on there. Oh, look, moose on the road. Brrrt. Doesn't work.
Is a saw enough for a moose? Let's find out.
dog powered technical.
That dog
Show
I'll take
title.
that one. Dog powered technical. Dave, are you alive?
I think he put in the private chat that he is going to leave because his
Kind
stuff
of.
is not working. Oh wait, there he is.
Kind of.
Now we know what his
My-
delay is.
My shit is all fucked.
Did you get a text again?
Yeah, it's real bad. No, I did not. But no, I'm gonna take off. So I'll catch you guys later.
But
All right. Later.
Bye.
I think we may have run this train out of steam. Not that it had a lot of steam in it.
oh no, it does turn out I may be going turkey hunting on Saturday or Sunday, one of the two.
Your season's still going?
I think
it
so.
goes until no, it doesn't end May 31st.
Oh shit, you're right.
which means May 31st
Saturday's
is
June 1st.
Friday.
Last weekend. What? Damn it.
Hurry.
Call in sick to work. It'll be fine.
Well, what do I work on Friday?
He's thinking about it.
Ours ended
11
the
to
16th,
5.
so
I could still go up early in the morning.
You ever seen pictures of moose shedding? Not when they're shedding, when they're the felt's coming off their antlers.
Oh, I thought
Oh,
you
the
said
felt-
shitting, and I was like, why do we need to know about this? What is so special?
Nothing, but when
yeah.
they're shedding the felt off, they look like
Okay.
like psychos because it looks like they're covered in gore.
Yeah,
Like
like
they
they've
kind of
been-
are.
Oh, they are, but just the fact that it's all flat, it just all hangs down. Looks cool.
It's like they ran through a group of tourists and just dragging the leftovers around for a while.
Yeah, they're
Mhm.
saving it for later. Making jerky. Tourist jerky.
There's so many damn tourists in Yellowstone. I'm gonna be one of them, but I'm not looking forward to that part.
I hate
That's
to
why
break
we're
it to
gonna
you,
be
but there are
setting
no
up stuff.
residents of Yellowstone. They are all tourists.
Oh, I guarantee there's probably a resident in there somewhere. At least one. There's at least one or two crazy old men roving that place year round. I guarantee it. There's somebody living back there at a little log bunker dug into a hill.
Lucky bastards.
Yeah, the residents are the 3,000-pound animals you want to piss off with your dinky little 51 Navy.
No, you're ignoring the whole thing that I just said about the crazy old hermit who probably lives in Yellowstone.
Oh, yeah, I am.
He's
You're
like
right. I
he's
apologize.
like those last few Japanese holdouts from the Second World War.
Yeah.
Only he's just living up in there, wearing furs and just eating bears.
Just wearing furs and hating America.
He is
If he's
single-handedly-
Japanese, I should say. If he's an American hermit, he's probably fine with America.
He probably hates it too. He's single-handedly responsible for 10% of the reported break-ins into coolers, but it's just him robbing food.
Oh, it's the bears.
He just carries a little sack of bear poop around with him. All right, just scatter that around. All right, the bears did it.
He is Boo Boo. Hey, Boo Boo. Let's get that picnic basket.
All right.
Buddy of mine says he's never going back to Yellowstone again after he went to the Grand Tetons.
I mean, the benefit from my angle is I drive past the Grand Tetons and then go to Yellowstone, so I can
He-
kind of do both.
He said it was one cooler and two way fewer people.
So
What,
fewer
it-
people I disagree with. Like, there's tons of people up there at the Tetons too. Cooler, it depends on what you're after. If you're looking pure mountains, yeah. If you're looking for geothermal features, like, no, Yellowstone's the place to be. It's got half the world's geysers in it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
Like,
forget
the place
about
is an
geysers.
alien the place is basically Mars. It's goofy.
Like I can't throw things in there anymore. They don't let people do that. So it's like,
Well, ever since that one
Eh.
kid threw himself in, yeah, they kind of frown on that.
oh.
I'm gonna go hot box or not hot box. I'm gonna do a hot bath in there, and then he melted.
Hot enough for you? Well, he
I mean,
melted,
it
so
does
yeah.
look attractive. The water's all blue and orange and red at the bottom, and you look at it and go, "That looks like a great hot tub." And then you remember the fact that the water's like acidic and will kill you instantly.
I
Not
look
instant,
at
but
okay. It looks like battery acid.
it does. But it looks like it's attractive battery acid.
Yeah, kind of like Tide Pods look tasty.
Well, I mean, to certain individuals, they do. But
I
no,
guess
I-
that's a
what
little
I
after my time.
What I would like to do at Yellowstone, you can't necessarily do unless you want to do a lot of snow hiking, which is go there in wintertime. Just because the sheer amount, I mean, first of all, there's nobody there in wintertime. And then, excuse me, the steam vents left off after that stuff would probably be really awesome to see. You'd be like looking at a power plant letting off steam, but it's all coming out of the dirt.
I've
could-
never seen any photos of that place. All the photos you see tend to be with no snow whatsoever. So I'm curious now.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of summarizing, but if you look at pictures in the wintertime, it's lots of steam, and then there's some snow around. It's mostly because it's one of those things that people don't actually do because it snows so damn much they close the whole park down except for I think the north entrance. But
All right.
The final level of Escape from Yellowstone should be the super caldera explodes.
you gotta outrun it. Oh yeah, and that's how that yeah. If that's how you win or lose the whole game, because if you have prepared on your way out to where you have you have the Toyota the Tacoma with all the overlanding shit that's never been used before. You have the guns to kill the marauders and get the gasoline. But yeah, that's your benchmark for winning or losing the game. If you can escape.
No, but it turns out like you can't drive away from it. At some point, you have to find that random airstrip, and you have to get to the airstrip and get on a little plane, and you have to fly out of there, or you're never going to make it.
And on your way out of Yellowstone, you need to get your pilot's license and find the adequate amount of aviation fuel.
This is a video game.
This is the plot of 2012.
You and I must play different video games because there's plenty of video games where you have to get your pilot's license before you can.
Fallout Super Caldera.
Look, my whole goal
I'll just Google it.
is to move closer to the Super Caldera so that I don't know when it blows up. That way I don't have to live through the ash waste winter. I'll just be part of the ash waste.
Well, I mean,
You'll stick your head out your window down in Oklahoma and watch
Yeah, I'll be like,
down and
"Oh,
go,
look,
"Oh,
there he
Sam."
goes.
depending on which scientists you want to believe, like we're all basically in the death zone. Like immediate death zone.
Nah, man. I'm gonna be like those little red-faced monkeys in China that sit around at hot pools. That's gonna be me.
You're talking
Vince
about y'all
might
are
be
in the
safe.
death zone.
Yeah.
I've looked
You
it
might
up,
be
and
safe.
like the projection is like 1 to 3 inches of ash where I am, depending on prevailing winds.
Like, it's not the ash that's the problem. The 3 inches. It's the fact that it's gonna destroy agriculture in the United States. That's more
Yeah.
the issue.
I hope you know that ash is going to be people.
That's what I said.
It's going to be like War of the Worlds.
It's going to be highly nutritious too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Once the clouds actually go away and the sun comes back out, yeah, you're gonna grow so many potatoes off me. Like it's gonna make the best freaking vodka ever.
And this is how the world sustains itself.
Yeah, off Sam potato vodka. Perfect.
Honestly,
Do
a
this
nuclear
always in
winter would be
remembrance
just a
of me.
blink. Sorry, Vince.
I was just talking garbage.
So was I.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway,
Anywho, take us out of here, Sam.
Oh, wait, before we do that, it's shameless bribery. Leave us a review. Email let's go hunt podcast @gmail.com. Is it Let's Go Hunt? Yeah, podcast. Yeah, it's not the radio one. It's the Let's Go Hunt podcast @gmail.com. Email that email address saying, "Oi, I left your review here along with your address, and I will send you a sticker. A Let's Go Hunt sticker." And they are nice stickers.
They're solid stickers, guys. I've seen them.
very
They stick
sticky.
on stuff.
Yeah, you can
Yes.
stick them to your head even.
I mean,
Extremely.
not very solid. They're kind of floppy.
They're kind of
If
sticky.
you stuck one on each nostril and then one on your mouth, you would die.
I mean, if you also lost your hands and chose not to try to remove them at all, but
Okay, this is very strange. I'm not gonna send you 3 stickers to kill yourself with. You're gonna have to use somebody else's stickers for that.
if you leave a bad review, not necessarily,
We got a
1
bad
star, but
review.
if you
You
leave
could
a
leave
bad
3 reviews
review-
and then get 3 stickers.
No,
you
that's
leave
it.
a bad review, we'll send you 3 stickers.
That's fair. 1 star, 3 stickers. 5 stars, 1 sticker.
We got
That's
a
the
bad
deal.
review, and the person didn't actually write down anything. They just sent 1 star and left. Like, how inconsiderate.
Yeah.
How
What a
is this
punk.
supposed to be constructive criticism if you don't leave any stuff? If you don't leave me any words, I need the words. All right,
It was meant to be deconstructive. They're
I'm gonna cancel
douchebags.
this shit. You can tell it's almost June.
Turns out it was just Dave's wife.
What she meant to write in the review is this is for Mike.
I was gonna say it's probably because I exist. I'm unapologetically weird.
Yeah, you also don't know where the origin of the word Hispanic comes from.
Yeah, I
So-
made it up. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, I'm glad you made that up because it comes from the island of Hispaniola. It's like I'm gonna reach this throne and smack you, boy. All
Like,
right,
Yeah,
I need to
no,
end this.
such nonsense.
We're going downhill. People need more 1-star reviews, and I don't have that many stickers to send 3 of them for everybody.
We love our fan.
Oh boy. All right, well, support the sport and take a buddy hunting. Get some trauma training. Search for Let's Go Hunt on YouTube, Reddit, and Reddit at our Let's Go Hunt podcast. Links available at firearmsradio.net. If you enjoyed the show, tell your friends and family about us, but don't tell them if you actually love them because they won't love you anymore. Check the show notes for info on
Jeez.
Initiative 91, the ban on cat hunting in Colorado. Thanks for listening, and let's go hunt. I did not taper the music up fast enough on that one. Rocky Mountain Weeb.
As much as I hate it.
Done. And off. And ending stream.
And
Bye.
I have a
Bye,
new
Dusky.
name.
Thank you for being here for We Buddy. Us. We love you, Dusky. Bye.